Tonight's big story, Paul Prine is out as Mobile's police chief, but his fight with the city isn't over. And now the city is swinging back, disputing claims made by Prine about a $92,000 contract.
Prine shared the documents he says raised red flags for him with us. WKRG News 5's Asher Red is here. And Asher, this all came out during the city's push to fire Paul Prine.
Yeah, well, on the same day that Prine was fired this week, the city decided to seek input from the Attorney General's office on Prine's claims that a contract with a Florida-based company known as 321Z Insights was suspicious. We just got word that the film is not in, but we will go ahead and toss it back to the desk for now. Until then, in the studio, I'm Asher Red, WKRG News 5.
All right, thank you, Asher. Now, this all comes after a 6-1 city council vote yesterday to open an investigation on the validity of the allegations that Prine is making against the administration. Prine's fate as police chief was also determined yesterday when he was terminated in a unanimous city council vote.
All right, now we are told that Asher's story is in. We're going to go ahead and go to that story Asher was filing.
Nothing illegal or outside city policy occurred.
That's the result, according to Mobile Mayor Sandy Stimson, of 2 investigations on the city's dealings with 321Z Insights. But District 2 Councilman William Carroll has questions about City Attorney Ricardo Woods, who is employed under the Burr & Foreman law firm, being involved with one of the investigations.
If you're on the Burr & Foreman team and you're on the city's team, then it's still not independent.
This comes after the City Council authorized paying 321Z Insights $92,000 to review the forensic lab standards at the Gulf Coast Technology Center. The city says that at some point during that review, MPD Commander Kevin Levy asked the owner of 321Z Insights, Mark Baker, to do a peer review on his own internal investigation into Operation Echo Stop. Operation Echo Stop is an initiative to reduce gun violence in Mobile. Mobile Police Chief Paul Prine, fired on Tuesday, says that 321Z Insights was established just weeks before their contract with the city began in November of 2023.
There was no online established footprint of the company. There was no work number. There was no storefront. There was no online website.
Public records show that 321Z Insights is based out of a house in Palm Bay, Florida, and it's owned by Mark Baker and his wife, Johnny Baker.
How did a company that does not have an established footprint for any type of service they offer, how did we know?
The city counters Prine's claim, saying that Baker has an extensive career in cybersecurity, and the city had worked with Baker before on other projects. The city's director of communications, Candace Cooksey, says a third-party review of Operation Echo Stop was never required, but in a statement she says, quote, "This was a choice Levy made after observing what appeared to be a potential communication breakdown," end quote. That communication breakdown, according to the city, stems from Prine and Levy's fragmented relationship. Prine says Levy had the authority to sign off on contracts and invoices.
Essentially, doing his own accounts payables and receivables, and that was problematic because when it comes to financials as leaders, there should always be a certain amount of oversight to ensure that there is no impropriety.
Prine says the invoices to 321Z Insights raised red flags due to their quick approval and lack of an itemized list of work that the company did. However, the city lays out a list of services that the company offered, including deployment of technology, technology resources, and training for the Gulf Coast Technology Center. Prine points to an invoice for the amount of nearly $14,000 that was approved a day before it was invoiced to the city. All invoices were signed by Levy. However, the city says 321Z Insights made no money for their peer review on Levy's report. They were only paid for their review on the Gulf Coast Technology Center.
I've never once said that there is impropriety with this contract. I just found it strange that there is the appearance of impropriety, and that is a stark difference.
Mobile Mayor Sandy Stimson acknowledges the public's dissatisfaction with the 2 entities who investigated the city's dealings with 321Z Insights. He says in a statement, quote, "In the interest of transparency and to help restore public confidence, we turned all the investigative materials and reports from both inquiries over to the Alabama Attorney General's office," end quote. Live in the studio for now, I'm Asher Red, WKRG News 5.